Hey, I'm Chris Voshall. Good to see all the Hackers Paradise folks here with Josh. I'm running him through this entire line of Mizuno woods right now. The ST230 line is continuing on for its second year, the 230Z and the 230X, but there have been two new additions to that lineup for 2024. I guess technically one of them came kind of at the end of the 23. So STZ and STX. These are the ones I've been talking about for a little while. Really nice designs, really good results with these so far. Keith Mitchell playing this STZ, led the tour in total driving last year. Grayson Murray actually won the Sony earlier on this year playing the STX. So a good mix between these with lots of different players. But I would say both of these are designed a little bit towards the better player, even though the way we tell the story on the X almost makes it sound like it's a little game improvement. We brought something a little bit more forgiving than that this year. So the concept behind the Z and the X, it's all about where the weight is placed. The Z has the weight placed directly back right here, because when you put mass right back here, it makes it more stable, makes it very neutral as well. With the STX, we wanted to be a little bit easier to turn over. The head is a little bit smaller from toe to heel, and that mass moved towards the heel a bit. That shortens that CG distance, the distance to the shaft axis, which makes it a little bit easier to turn over. Again, both of these very much players models. There are a lot of good players playing both of them. They feature what we call our Cortec chamber, which is this blue that you can see right here. Cortec chambers are really cool technology that allows us to cut all the way into the head to allow the face to flex more. And then we filled in with a TPU insert with an embedded stainless steel weight. That stainless steel weight embedded up front is going to keep that spin really low, and that TPU is going to give you a really nice feel and also allow that face to flex a ton. Okay, so that was a lot talking about the old one. All that to say, the new versions really fill in the gaps of what Mizuno's been missing in the wood lineup for a while. So end of last year, we actually showed off our STG line. STG, this is I'd call it the most players of them. Smaller head, 440cc, features a Cortec chamber as well, but you can see it's actually blacked out. That blacked out version of it just to make it look a little bit more players, a little bit more sleek. But this features that smaller head shape and also adjustable weights to make this thing really customizable, really able to fine tune it for you. But I will say, ultra low spin head here. So if you're not a player who has a steep angle of attack or a player who's really looking to knock spin down, this probably isn't the one for you, even though the head shape is really nice because it's so small and compact and it feels really good. So all that to lead up to this year, the ST Max, the new addition to our lineup, which is what I'll say the club that Mizuno's been missing for a really, really long time, is that ultra forgiving, ultra stable, still good looking and still good feeling golf club, and that's the ST Max line. So a lot of similarities to the Z and the X I showed you before. You can see a huge composite window on the sole, huge composite window on the crown. This is a larger footprint design. So with that Max, we're pushing every dimension to its max. Longer from toe to heel, longer from front to back, a little bit shallower face to really optimize the use of those 460 cc's. So we did a couple things different though. New face material. This is a Thai LFS, lighter, faster, stronger. A new face material that allowed us to take weight from the front and put it towards the back. Because when you put that weight back, it becomes more forgiving, it becomes more stable, it becomes easier to launch, wants to go straight and boost that MOI. Also that Cortec chamber I talked about, it's really expanded on here. Very similar look to the Z and the X, but it's expanded even further in the toe heel direction. And actually an interesting thing about it is it's much more neutral in terms of the location on the face. The Z and the X, it's a little bit toeward just because of the shape of that face. With this one in that new geometry, you want to move it more towards the center so you get a perfect rebound everywhere. Oh, and I will mention, perfect face angle. That's one of the things that's literally written on this, because this is one of our development samples. Our goal on all of these golf clubs is when you make something ultra forgiving, you don't want to pigeonhole it to a higher handicap. You want it to still look like a better player's club. So with this one, the face angle is very, very neutral. The head shape is very neutral. This is one that we expect to get played on the PGA Tour, even though it's a Max type design. So again, now 4 drivers, making up a lot of different fitting possibilities between the G, the Z, the X, and the Max. And that's the ST line.